Hello guys, today I'll be um playing Battles 2 with some thoughts that I have, of course. Some things that I don't know, I'm just gonna be talking throughout this. I'm gonna be playing Battles 2 with Dartling Super Village. I'm gonna be getting the Dark Champion upgrade and we're gonna see how this goes for now. There were a lot of things I just like talking about. There are some yeah, so here's let's just say a quick thing, top 5 of the things that I hate. Alright, so, pretty much a lot of this is self-explanatory. Okay, so, number 1 is the pinky toe. Like, why does the pinky toe exist? Like, when you're just walking, minding your business, and then you stub your dang pinky toe. It's always your pinky toe. Always your toe. Why do we even need toes? Of course it's the pinky toe. The one toe that you feel like you never need. You always stub it. One way or another. It always happens. And it's always only the pinky toe. Like, this doesn't compare to number 1 on the list, but still. Why? Why do we need a pinky toe? Why do we, it's like, we always stub it anyway. So, it's like, honestly, I think I could live without toes. What's the point of toes in the first place? Like, stubbing your whole foot feels a lot, like, it just sounds a lot less painful. You, agree with me. Okay, number 2 is, okay, number 2 on the list is those empty boxes of tissue paper around the house. You know how you have all these tissue papers all around the house? Well, always, without fail, every once a month or something, you always reach in there and there's nothing in there. Like, nobody had the time to just throw that out and put a new one there. Of course, why? Like, now I have to run all the upstairs just to get a tissue box that actually functions. And when I get up there, those are empty too. Like, who doesn't? Why don't you just change them? Alright, so it just doesn't make sense. It's just always there. Why don't you just pick it up, throw it away? It's not so hard. Like, honestly, they're just all around the house. And it always happens when I just sneeze and I have like, it's like I just sneeze and I'm like, okay, I need a tissue. It's not there. Of course, that one time it's not there. Here is the third thing I legit hate. Alright, the third thing I hate is when you go to a fast food restaurant or something, right? You ask for something plain. And of course they give you the pickles and the ketchup and the mustard. Like I specifically asked you not to put it on there. How can you screw it up this bad? This always happens. You ask them to put ketchup on the side and then the ketchup is smack in the middle. You ask them for no pickles, the pickles is always on there. Like, you ask for something not to be on there and they're like, you know what, we're gonna include it on there just because this dude don't want it. Like, seriously, I seriously don't want this stuff. And then, of course, I get it. Like, you tell them specifically, I do not want it. Oh, guess what? They're gonna give it to you. Like, honestly, why do you just go out of your way just to make my day miserable by putting pickles in the dang burger when I asked not to have it in there? Like, why? I ask for you not to put it in. I lose brain cells because of this. Why don't you just have the time to not put it in? I actually saved your company money not by wanting it, and I don't want it. You know what? I'm gonna add it. Why? What's the point of this whole thing? Like, I don't want the dang pickles. Like, why? Another thing I hate are those shampoos that, like, leave this weird mint feeling. Like, some of it got on your forehead. Now your forehead feels minty for some reason. What do they put in that shampoo in order for your whole head to feel minty once you put it on? Like, how? There's, like, what do you put in there? My head feels insane for the rest of the day and I can't fall asleep anymore. Why? Because, like, it, why would you put it in there? Is it like part of the ingredients to make it better? It just, why? This just hurts my forehead. I don't know why it happens, but it does. Okay, number 1 on the list. The number 1 on the list is when you buy something online and it gets delayed. This is pretty self-explanatory. and a ton of people understand. But you know what's so bad? When it comes late and it's still not the right thing. Like I ordered banana bread and it gives me lemon bread. Who wants lemon bread? Who likes lemon bread? Lemon bread should be at the top of this list. Who likes lemon bread? I'm coming after you myself. Anyway, I honestly don't understand. So first it takes you that long just to give it to me, delay it 5 times, like for like 35 days, and yet you give me the wrong thing. What? Why? Why? It just I waited extra for this thing that I did not even ask for. I wanted the banana bread, not the lemon bread. Why do you have to do this for me? Anyways, those are the top 5 things that I hate. And I honestly don't understand how people just can't fix this. It happens to a lot of people, not everyone. If it doesn't happen to you, you're lucky as possibly can be. Anyway, that's the top 5 things that I hate. Anyways, this is time for another random topic. Here are honestly there are a lot of things I want to talk about, but I have to choose a certain amount of them. So so here are some things that I personally hate. I'm just gonna I just did a hating thing. This is gonna be about battles too. Okay, number one. Why, when you face somebody who uses Dartling, like Dartling has been nerfed, they don't know it, but it's still good. They use a Hydro Rocket Pods, and like you can't do anything until round until round 17. You still can't do nothing because then they probably have something else up by then. Like honestly, you know how the new up though it's not new, it's pretty old, but the update made Laser Shock not very powerful. Well, guess what? The right placement of a 032 Dartling Gunner can still pop rainbows. I know. And ceramics, they're pretty expensive. Yeah, I never have enough ceramics to push the person. Anyway, and then they probably they put like a Spectre or Super Monkey down, like I'm doing right now. Yeah, we don't talk about that. But they place it down, and yet you can't do anything. So you wait till DDTs. Well, guess what? Super Monkey and Dart and the Spike Factory can take care of that. There's no point. Ah. Anyway, so yeah, so that's number 10 on the list. Number 9 is when your opponent ecos and you're a farmer. Everyone has had that pain of being a farmer and your opponent ecos. Like in Battles 1, farming was legit the meta. Like if you didn't farm, a lot of people thought you were insane because ecoing was really hard back then. Well, guess what? Look at this game. I thought it's the second version of the actual game, and yet it's like, how come people don't farm in this game as much as like the other game? It was just like, what happened to farming? I farm myself in this in battles too, but like nobody uses the farms, and like it really sucks when your opponent has like a consistent flow of eco, and it's even worse when you're the person with less money than them. Like you eco as much as them, and yet they have like more money than you. Like how does that work? It should be the other way around. Like, well, not the other way around, but how? I like, and it's even worse when you're the person who has less eco and has less money, and even it's like it's just really a pain. And not to mention, if you're a farmer and you use the greed strategy with Benjamin and hide a rocket pod, then you can get your Monkey Wall Street on round 20. While your opponent always manages to send you a Moa. Why? Why? I'm just trying to greed here. I'm trying to be a monkey farmer. Like why? Leave me alone. I understand that you're an ecoer. You're an ecoer. Okay, I understand that. Leave me alone with my bananas. Like, just let me farm. I need the money. Of course, it's your opponent's thing that they're trying to do to defeat you. Of course, but literally, I didn't choose this way. Okay. Like Banana Farm is like my only most experienced monkey. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Like literally. Alright, here is another thing that people hate. When the game gets so far that your opponent starts ecoing with purple balloons. You struggle so much. Purple balloon should be easier then, but it's still hard. Look, I'm sending them to my opponent. He needs to use Maelstrom just to defeat them. And it's like, it just feels weird. Why are the purples... But they make the most eco, so they also make the most sense. This is another thing that people who play Battles 2 hate. Like, literally. Alright, so here's another thing that most people hate. Alright, so, I don't even have to explain it. You'll probably know it's Smurfers. Why do people Smurf? You make more XP if you play a normal round and even lose. Even if you lose, you get more XP. What's the point of that? And is it universal XP out now? Like, there's no point in doing that. And yet there are Smurfers. What's that good to you? That you get XP and we don't? Let's just play the game normally. Or just go on casual. Not to mention casual. Honorable mention. There are a ton of people who only use second tiers in that mode. And when you want to get a normal game. And of course when you go in a normal game, it's region rainbows or purple balloons. Obviously. So, another thing that really sucks is when your opponent has so much eco, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, they have so much money. Like, this kind of me right now, I have like 6,000 eco for around almost 30. Yeah, it's kind of powerful. But, like, everyone can do it, they just decide not to. And then nobody ecos. Like, there's a ton of people who don't eco in the game at all. Yeah, and they don't farm. Like, I understand if you don't eco but farm, but you still need to make a mix between them. Like how when you farm, you have to at least like send a little bit. You need some eco. You need a mix of both because back in battles 1, the bank gave eco, but now it doesn't. And plus, who uses the bank? There are barely any people who actually use the bank. There are a few people. I honestly don't know why they use it. Yeah, so honestly, well, the top path and the bottom path are the only paths that actually work well. And yeah, those are yeah, that's also why alright, here's another thing that people hate when you go against snipers. Look, my opponent is using sniper right now. Like, who uses sniper? Well, no, everyone uses sniper. Of course they use sniper. But sniper, it just always gives me an attack. It makes me think like they're a good player and that they're gonna destroy me in one way or another. Even though they are not going to destroy me. But you just get this pro vibe that they're super good at the game. And like, here's the problem. Well, 50% of the time they're good, 50% of the time they're bad. Like this person, they have like 1,000 eco, probably depending on because of those yellows he sent me earlier. But that's not really gonna do him any good. Yeah, I don't even know how you have this much money right now. It's getting pretty laggy. I'm sending these purples, and the purples are not consistent, you can see. I'm actually running out of money for once, but I'm gonna hold the purples. I don't care. I have enough Dark Knights to defend. Right. So you see, purples are really annoying as well. But snipers, they're just so annoying. Why do they have to exist? Like, man. And here's another thing. When your opponent's using sniper, there's no way to tell if they want to actually go late game. There's no way to tell. You can't say anything. There's no way to tell. Like, how? How are you supposed to know? Either they do or they don't. But guess what? Wadu. A lot of them do and a lot of them don't. Like, how are you supposed to know if they want to go late game or not? Not to mention, most of them are noobs anyway, so you couldn't tell either way. So, as you can see, look over here. My opponent seems to be like halfway noob. I feel like this is the first time they've ever gone this far. They're like a pay-to-win person with their Churchill and stuff. They're not even shooting their Dartling in the right orientation to take care of the eco. Yeah, they have to use legit Maelstrom in order to take care of pink eco. But I'm switching over to pink, I don't know, purple eco. But I'm switching over to pink eco now because I need to save up money for the Dark Champion, which I just got. Holy, that seems like double the attack power, except the blades have like 3 pierce instead of 2 like the Dark Knight. Holy. So that's 6 times the damage, if I counted correctly. Holy, that's a lot of damage. Holy. Destroying those ceramics. These are super ceramics around 37. I thought they would be really tough. I might get an MAD later if they send me a bad. But for now, I'm just gonna purple blue Nico, give him a hard time, make him use the Maelstrom just to defend. Oh, they're not using the Maelstrom. Wait, why is that? Did he really get a 203 Dartling Gunner? A 203 Dartling Gunner. Wow. Really unusual. Oh, they must think like it was still last season when the laser shock was bugged. It's not bugged anymore, buddy. Oh, running out of money again. Oh, got a refill. Anyway, I also want to talk about how Tax Zone can pop DDTs. How? How does Tax Zone pop DDTs? And yet Overdrives can't? It's like a 5th tier upgrade. I mean, like it's like it is a 5th tier, but where does the fire come from? Where does the metal come from? How do you pop the DDT? It's metal. Not to mention lead balloons. Honorable mention. How are you supposed to pop lead balloons? How do lead balloons even exist? How do they float in the air? How do they just go straight into the air, even though it's metal, it's lead, it should be going down? You know how heavy lead is? Well, not very heavy, but a single inflated balloon should not be able to carry it. This just doesn't make sense. Not to also another honorable mention, how some abilities are absolutely broken in the game, and some abilities still need to get better. I just got the mat. I'm just gonna put it up there. No, one of the missiles are not being effective again. Okay. Also honorable mention, if a bullet goes from the side of the screen from the Dartling Gunner, it just does not exist. It has half the firepower from the mat. That's why you have to angle it like this. Why? I don't know. Why doesn't Ninja Kiwi fix this? Also honorable mention, it's getting really intense to keep that 150 lives. Why can't you just make it like Battles Royale where you can go super late anyway, even with the lower lives? Like, you're gonna be surviving on 2 or 3 lives, and yet you survive. You can go up to around 100. Just get a good defense, okay? But how? That shouldn't be possible. Honestly. And then there's this game where you lose a single life. Now you're panicking and you have to send them a bat before round 40. Guess what? Also honorable. Do you know how many honorable mentions there are? Look, honorable mention. How bats are so hard to defend against. Your opponent sends you a few fortified bats. You know how hard that is to defend? Either you shred it or you don't. Either you have a super brittle Tax Zone defense or a Dart Monkey meta, or it just doesn't work. It's one way or the other. Dark Knights as well. It either works or it doesn't. I don't know how it works. It just doesn't function. It breaks my brain. Sometimes you're doing really well, like you're doing the best job in the world, and the other time you're just screwed. It's just not working. I also want to talk about the ramping in this game. Like, how do you go from red balloons to black balloons, and black balloons to ceramics in like 10 rounds? And then you get to these blimp thingies that you can't even pop very quickly. Well, sometimes you do if you have a good defense, but yeah. Well, you see, sometimes you shred the blimp shell, sometimes you die to it. And it's not even the big dude that kills you. Of course, it's those little tiny ceramics. Those impossible to pop ceramics that you can't pop. Like I said, I just said it's impossible. Whatever. That doesn't matter. Anyway, my opponent seems to be dying because after round 40, like, balloons get intense. I don't know why. They just get, like, 200% faster. Ninja Kiwi should also fix this. I thought it's like 2% every round. No, starting round 41, we double that speed. Round 42, we double that again. Another game, I was going really late game with meta. Used to be meta. Ice Village Dark. Because, yeah, it was really good back then. Well, guess what? He sent me DVTs. No problem. I'll activate the Super Monkey Fan Club. You know how fast it went? It went supersonic. Look, okay, look, my opponent's dying. Did you see how fast those Moabs were? I did send them a few bats to shield up the Moabs to get through. But hey, we won that. Those are some things I just like talking about. I don't know why. Also the XP system. Ninja Kiwi made it a lot easier. But what if we just use like medallions again and stuff like that? Why can't we just use our monkey money to join games to get more monkey money on the amount we bet? Why can't we just do that instead? That would be a lot easier. Anyway, that's enough for this video, and I'll see you another time.